Hi, I'm George Suchy and welcome to the A-List. On this edition, I'll be speaking with Adrian Sandoval, an investigator for the Cook County Sheriff's Department. He also appears on MSNBC's The Squeeze. Thanks for coming to the show, Adrian.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, so to start off, could you explain how you got into the Cook County Sheriff's Department?
I applied in early '95. I did work inside the jail, which was Division 9, a max security division. I was there for 7 years. I went on the SOAR team, which is like a special operations response team.
Yeah.
We're in charge of any riot situations or stuff like that. From there, I put in to go onto the gang unit, which is now known as the criminal intelligence unit, which is where I'm at now.
Yeah. Why did you decide to go to the criminal intelligence unit?
Well, actually, it was a gang intel unit.
Yeah.
I grew up in the streets in the city of Chicago, and gangs is always something that I was interested in. So I figured it'd be a good opportunity to, to try to get more involved and stuff like that.
Right. So you're saying that your childhood led you to the police department? That was always your...
Yeah, growing up in the streets,
Yeah.
In the city of Chicago was a little rough, so.
Was that an ambition when you were littler?
I think it was more trying to make a difference, trying to do something right for all the negativity going around. So that was basically my drive to get into the gang unit.
All right. And how did the show The Squeeze come about?
What happened was the Sheriff's Department was one of the few departments where we have gang intel inside the jail and outside, where we all work together. We're under one unit. So they were interested in something like that. They usually had a show like Lock Up or show like Cops, was just one or the other. This is the first time they ever had a show that showed the inside and the outside, putting it all together.
Does that affect your work?
It does in both ways. Yeah. It has helped us cultivate more informants because they've seen the show. Yeah. But on the same token, guys run away from us when they see us now.
Because they know you?
Because they know we deal with informants. That's basically what we do.
Yeah. And then what's the best part of being on the show?
The best part is that we could be ourselves. What you see on the show, that's us doing what we do. We joke, we laugh, we're serious when we have to be serious. Right. So just us being able to be us is great. We're not putting on a show. We're not faking anything. That's really what it is.
And do you watch the show yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. With family and stuff.
What's one of your favorite parts of the show that's been featured so far?
Probably the big heroin bust in Buffalo Grove. Yeah. With all the money and stuff. It's something that actually came together during an episode while they were filming, where you actually get to see, we get to show everybody that the drugs and the money isn't just in the ghetto or the west side or the Englewood part of the city. This is Buffalo Grove. There's people with good income out there. So, and their kids are out there playing with the suspects' kids and not really knowing what was going in, behind the doors.
Could you describe how the investigation would start and then, middle and end?
Well, the investigation, usually when guys come to jail, obviously nobody wants to be locked up. Right. So that's when we come in, we interview them. If they have any good information we can work on, then we look into the information, we try to confirm it, develop an actual case. If we are able to get arrest for it, then we're able to try to help the inmate, going through the state. Obviously, we don't promise them anything, but we let the state's attorney know what they're doing for us or what they have done for us, and sometimes we get them a time cut. So
you were telling me earlier about gangs being a big part of your reason to join the CIU. So what else, how does your job relate to gangs specifically? Well, basically, that's what there is. If you really look at stats, 80% of the shootings that happen are gang-related, and when I say gang-related, it doesn't mean these guys are just killing each other. They're the shooters, where a lot of times it's innocent bystanders or dying. So, that's why it's such a big deal. A lot of the population inside the jail are gangbangers, or gang members, and us being able to work with them, communicate with them, and try to do something right, which is good, what we're basically trying to do. Do the gang members being in the jail, is that harder? That they're in something opposed to not being in a gang?
Actually, inside the jail is better for them.
It's better for them to be inside of a gang?
Yeah.
Why would that be?
That's because they draw off numbers. So obviously the bigger their gang is within the jail, the stronger they are, the more ability they have to try to extort other people. take their food, their gym shoes, whatever it might be. So guys that aren't affiliated come to jail, and sometimes they have to become affiliated.
And do you spend a lot of time inside of the jail itself?
We do. Anytime there's a major incident, we're there to try to find out what happened, who started it, what was it about, is there going to be retaliation?
What defines a major incident?
A major incident could be a stabbing, just a flat-out gang fight. Yeah. Some of these fights, they're pretty big. We have 10, 15 guys go out 911 to Stroger Hospital. Wow. It's pretty serious. So obviously when somebody gets hurt and they're gang members, it will lead to retaliation. So now they drop numbers on another tier, and that tier might fight too. So now we have more injuries. So we try to find out who started it, what it was about, and try to move the prime suspects.
How does the show help with gangs or be negative towards gangs?
I think, I don't know if it helps or doesn't help. I think what happens is a lot of these guys started to realize that a lot more inmates are talking than not talking. Yeah. So it makes them, more skeptical to deal with certain people while they're out on the streets. They don't sell drugs to just anybody anymore. They're more cautious, I think.
Yeah. So the show has had a positive effect?
Oh, without a doubt, I think it has.
Yeah.
I think it has.
That's excellent. And what's the filming process for them like, filming you?
What do you mean?
Like, how do they go about it? Do they just come with you on your...
Oh, what happens is they have a set time period that they're with us, so normally it's 2 months at a time. They let us know when they're coming, and they're with us all day. All day? So, this is all day from the beginning of shift to the end of shift, and, they're following us on everything that we're doing, so nothing's just getting generated for the TV show or anything. This is really what we do, and they're just there.
So how does it go from becoming just filming for 2 whole months into becoming an hour-long show?
Well, when they do the 2 whole months, it turns out to be 3 episodes. Yeah. So it becomes 3 one-hour episodes. Yeah.
And do they chronicle one person, or do they chronicle the whole department? Or?
Well, they follow CIU, which is us, and then they follow Sheriff's Police, and they follow different units. I believe now they're going to start probably dealing with the fugitive unit. Yeah. Stuff like that. So it varies from time to time where they go, or what we have going on, where they need to jump on something right away.
Right.
Somebody has a big case or something. They might tell them you might want to get see what this is all about. So they come out and start recording.
You were talking about gangs earlier. So what else does your department do to stop the spread of gangs?
Well, what we do, a lot of times universities and high schools will call us for help, and it's not just for the students, it's for the teachers. Yeah. Sometimes they want us to go help them identify gangs, what's the colors, what does graffiti mean, different types of graffiti, hand signs, stuff like that. So we go out there and sometimes we do like an hour-long class and let them know these are colors, this is certain areas, these gangs are from this area, just to let them know what's going on. A lot of times the parents don't even know their kids are gang members, but they're the ones that are buying them their wardrobe. So if the kids always wearing the same colors, obviously there might be something there.
So you teach like an hour-long class at a university or a high school?
Yeah, we've done JJC, Junior College, Loyola, Westwood, and also high schools. We've gone all the way to Auburn. Oh, wow. And taught classes out there. So it's pretty interesting.
And what are some of the questions? What's the feedback from the students and the staff to your classes?
I think a lot of times they didn't realize how close it was to them because they just think it just happens on TV. Yeah. But they also overreact because sometimes it's just taggers doing graffiti, which isn't gang related, and they think it is. So
is graffiti a big problem?
Graffiti is a huge problem, but the key with graffiti, they pretty much give you a message. When you see the graffiti, you know what's going on. You know who's writing it because they always leave their nicknames, and they start disrespecting different gangs. So you kind of know if there's a war or something in a certain area. We know, okay, this gang is fighting with this gang, and now we know why all the shootings are occurring and stuff like that. So we try to put a finger on it.
Yeah. So if you could identify something, what would you do?
What we like to do is we like to decipher it. So anytime we're driving and we're looking for somebody or whatever we're working on, if there's any gang graffiti, we take pictures right away. We like to see what's going on, mark down what area, where we took the picture at, and just try to see, sometimes we even use it like when we interview people. If there's an inmate in there from a certain gang and we got a picture from the area where he's from, sometimes we could show them the picture of the graffiti. What does this mean? What is this all about? So they kind of help us decipher it also.
And what's one of your goals for your career?
I think as far as how it's gone, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I've never expected it to get to this level, and just in what we do. I got over 16 years already. All I need to do is 30, so if I can do another 13 and a half or so, and end up in one piece where I can enjoy myself, I'll be very happy with that.
So you're very happy with your job so far?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. There's no regrets.
Thanks for joining me on the program, Adrian. And thank you for watching RBTV's The A-List. I'm George Suchy, and see you next time.